All right, hopefully this works. Hey guys, Tyler here. So I wanted to do a quick video on how you can utilize Planning Center for different things for scheduling and whatnot. So I'm currently logged into my wife Rachel's account. She sings for us on the adult team and every once in a while on the DSM team. But when you log into Planning Center, you usually end up on a screen that says My Schedule, which will show you a couple different things. It'll show you any dates you're confirmed for. It'll also show any that's pending. I sent this invite to her as an example. And so you can actually accept or decline the service right from this page. You can also click on the service and check it out. You can look into rehearsal times or anything like that, service times. Make sure you have a good feel of what's being requested, and then you can accept or decline from there. When you go into a plan, this is a plan for September 16th, you can see who's been invited and who's accepted. So I've invited myself, I've accepted, that's why I'm green. Same thing for Olivia, Kayla, and Lacey are all approved or accepted. If they're yellow, means they haven't responded at all. If they're red, usually they're crossed off, and that means they've declined. And usually if there's a little email icon, which I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but if there's a little email icon, it means they haven't been emailed yet. I know I can see that as an administrator, but I don't know if you guys can see that from just a normal viewer, scheduled viewer look. So these are my tech people as well in band. So let's go back to my schedule. Another cool feature you can do on this page is you actually can put in what's called a blockout. A blockout is essentially saying on these days I am unavailable, and if I try to schedule you for either a rehearsal or for a service that's in the midst of a blockout, it will automatically decline. So for example, if I go to September, she's been scheduled for the 16th, and I can't remember if that's full band or not, but she's been scheduled for the 16th. If I go to September 16th, which I don't know why it does Monday through Sunday, but I can add a block out. I'm going to go to September, add it in for 16th. I can put in a reason, which is helpful, like maybe like family vacation, or for my wife, it'd be maybe a work trip. So you can put in the days that you're gone. You can put whether it's a regular thing. So if you're gone the second Wednesday of every month for some reason, you can put that in. So every week for a certain amount of time, et cetera, et cetera. But this one doesn't repeat, so I'm going to put one block out. And like I said, if she puts in a block out ahead of time, so it's blocked out now, but if she put the block out ahead of time and then I try to schedule her, it would automatically decline that. Or it would at least tell me that she's in. Oh, actually, it has declined. Sweet. So it's taking it away because she put a block out. She was gone the day of the service. It declined. So again, you can put block out dates here. You can put them here. You can do messages, like so you can communicate with people within Planning Center from here. You can email my leader, which in this case would be me in this context. And I don't need to do that. So that's mainly what you'll see. And like I said, you can, as most of you are scheduled viewers, that means you can only view plans that you've been scheduled to. You can't just peruse any plan that's going on through the church. This will show you any times that's relevant. So for example, we've put out some blockout dates. We went to a trip to Michigan recently. This was for this Sunday that I'm recording this. This was the rehearsal, and then this is the actual service day and service time. So Sunday morning call time, services. So you can get a good lay of the land for all the times they might be required in this section here. The other thing I wanted to show you guys was your profile. So if you click on your icon in the top right-hand corner, you can go to My Profile. And here you can see additional scheduling things. You can put in preferences for how much you're scheduled. So for example, if you only have the bandwidth to do once a month, I'll do that for her. We'll put twice a month. She can only be scheduled twice a month. Beyond that, if she approves this, if I try to schedule her more than twice a month, it'll flag it and say more than her scheduled preferences. Same thing for these other ones. And then you can also go to communication. Again, this is where you can look at emails you've received, emails you've sent, Additional things. You can also, if you put your phone number in, you can edit your mobile carrier. So certain mobile carriers will give you text notifications. I believe she's on Verizon, and I don't know if Verizon supports this anymore. But put in Verizon, save. I'm pretty sure AT&T does not. Oh, look. So Verizon has stopped support for text notifications. And so if you don't already have the Planning Center app, I would definitely recommend it. But if you are in a carrier that allows you to do text notifications, you can get notifications for certain types of emails, whether you're being scheduled, general emails, reminders, everything like that, which I recommend. If you have a busy life, it's good to know what's going on. Okay, so we go to edit profile. You can make sure your name's listed correctly. You can change your email to where you get notification stuff, phone number, street address, all good stuff to have. And if you're a part of the Dayspring Church, you probably have most of this stuff in there anyway. Last thing I wanted to do is jump into an actual plan. So I'm going to look at an adult service just for this context. If I go into a service, this is today, August 23rd. Again, you can see times. So there are service times. There's also rehearsal times. So this was Thursday's rehearsal time, started at 7 p.m. Sunday morning call time, we got here at 6:45 a.m. These are the 3 service times for the 3 services. So that's helpful. You can look at the teams. Depending on your permissions, you might only be able to see the team you're on, which Rachel will be on this one. But she has enough permissions to see, I believe, all teams. She can also hide them if she doesn't care to see them. Show all teams. Then you can see who is scheduled for the band, or front of house and pro presenter, who is scheduled to bring us a meal this morning, who's worship leading for the Sunday, how is music directing, and who's preaching. So that's all helpful for knowing who your team is. And you can also view that here by clicking the Teams tab. It shows all that same information just in a different view. And then the order actually shows you the order of the service. So we can see when the doors open, when we start a 5-minute countdown video, what happens in this first little bit, the songs and what keys they're in, if there's any sort of transition between songs, roughly how long the message is going to be, song, dismissal. So this is ultimately, it's a helpful tool to show us what time we're supposed to be places, and what we're actually doing for said service. So it's a really helpful tool, and everybody's required to use it. So I expect you to accept or decline your service invites, so I know if you're able to participate or not. I don't want to have to be tracking everybody down if you're in the yellow all the time. I only have so much capacity to do that, and I will just assume you're going to miss, and I will take you off the schedule if you're unable to accept. So please do that just out of respect for the system and to just keep us organized. That being said, hopefully I can make a video on Chart Builder as well, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys.